Hi, I'm Dr. Taylor. So, there's one thing in life you can't do, and that's change people. You cannot change character. People are who they are. They have to want to change themselves. You cannot fix anybody. They want to have to fix themselves. And if they do it just for you, you have to question whether they really wanted to do it to begin with. Character is something that's flawed through all of us. We all have our own personal character. We all have our way of thinking. We can't change how we want somebody to think. We can't make people think how we think. People have their own belief system. People have their own brains. They have their own way of thinking. We can't make people do anything. And not unless they want to do it. Not unless they want to change. Change comes from within. You have to feel it. You have to manifest it. It has to be something that's in you to want to change. You have to want to fix yourself, not because somebody wants you to, or just because in order to be into that relationship with somebody, I'm going to fix myself just so I could be with them. But the harsh reality is do you really want to fix yourself? Is it something you want to do for yourself, or are you doing it for someone else? Be authentic to yourself. Be true to yourself. Love yourself. First law of nature, self-preservation. That's the first law of nature. So I'm not saying be selfish, but what I am saying is that we have to be able to preserve ourselves. How can I help you if I'm broken? How can I do anything for anybody if I'm broken? So that means what? I have to resort back to the first law of nature, self-preservation. Let me fix me so that I can be a vessel to you and to others. That's what we all should do, is focus on self-love, self-care, so that we can be a vessel to others. We need to be 100% whole as much as possible. We may not be able to be there. We may not be able to be 100. But what we can do is focus on our self-love first. You gotta love yourself. Self-preservation is very important. If you don't love yourself, how could you love anyone else? You can't live for other people. You can help others. You can do for others. You can be a vessel to others. But you can't live for them. They have their own path. We all have our own path in life. So we have to follow our truth. Follow what resonates within us. You are the author, the writer, and the originator of your own story. You have to ask yourself, how do I want my chapter to read? How do you want that last chapter to read in your life? Can you honestly say that I'm really happy about everything that I've done? And if you can't, you still got time. All we have is time. And all we have is the time that is in front of us. No day is promised to us, not even tomorrow. But we live for the now. So anybody can change. Anybody can rewrite the story. If it wasn't a happy story in the beginning, it can be a happy story in the end. If it wasn't a happy story in the middle, you still got the end. And you can even rewrite the end until your last breath. So change comes from within. You can't make anybody do anything they don't want to do. You can't force them. You can't manipulate them. I mean, you can manipulate them, but they won't be authentic to you because it was manipulation tactics used to get them to do what you wanted them to do. But the harsh reality of it is it's not who they are. It's not who they are. So be true to yourself. Love yourself. Um, there's always going to be haters out there, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's absolutely nothing. There's going to be people who are in your corner, who support you, who's there for you, who's down for you, who's ride or die. And that's a good thing. Surround yourself around positive people. People who tend to do good and want to do good and want to see you do good. People who are going to uplift you, inspire you, give you positive energy, positive feedback. And along the way somewhere, you may lose a few friends. But guess what? It was probably worth it if it meant your sanity and self-respect and dignity. So remember, Always go back to the first law of nature if you feel like you're losing yourself or you're losing who you are. Because you have to find yourself. Love starts with you. Love yourself first, and guess what? You can love everybody else. You can give love back. You can help and be a vessel to others in a positive way. We can't be enablers. I can't help you if you can't help yourself. Makes it very hard because I don't want to become a codependent of that. I cannot help you if you cannot help yourself. When people see you trying to help yourself, they're more apt to want to give and do for you. But if you expect somebody just to carry you all the way to the finish line, it's going to be challenging. It's going to be with resentment, anger, frustration, because in the end, they wanted you to help yourself so that they can help you. So remember, revert back to the first law of nature. Rewrite your story. You know how you want it to end. I'm Dr. Kayla Taylor. Have a blessed day.